What's up? What's up? First, I haven't seen you guys in so long. First daytime live I think I've ever done. Um, we were on last night, 2.5 hours waiting for these prices. And it's funny because the minute we ended the broadcast, prices hit. And Autel has a very strange way of doing this. They updated the website and included the Nano, included the Lite, but no prices. And then all of a sudden an email. If you're a subscriber to their email, that's where the prices came from. So I instantly got a couple emails from a couple people, and in my phone or on my email, it was actually in my garbage. And then I got to thinking I've never ever had any type of updates from Autel in the past, so this explains why. But MNT Drone Solutions, Mitchell is his name, sent one, and then Matt Cundiff sent one, and then I checked my junk, and of course there it was later. So that's where the prices were. Now they have a very strange way of doing these updates. I don't really fully get it. And the one thing I had said last night is it doesn't make any difference whatsoever. If you're putting all the information on the website, just put the prices on there as well. Well, it turns out it probably does make a difference, because I think the prices are much higher than people were expecting. Which we'll put them all up at one time up on the screen. But it does put us a good bit, like $150 roughly, over top of the guesstimate that we had. So that was the biggest thing that we were off on, was the pricing. But again, we made it clear, the pricing, the reference that we went by, or the resource we went by, total guess. So no fault of his, no fault of anybody's. It was a total guess. But let's go in and just do a real quick roll call, and then we'll kind of get into it. I can promise you this one will not be 2.5 hours. So we'll wrap this one up hopefully within an hour. But SNL family, Matt Bagwell and Christopher Silliman and Bulldog Boy 100, Don, Little Mountain Life, haven't seen you in a while. My buddy, I'm just gonna give up on trying to pronounce your name, but good old Akira Show and Bugsy Madrone and Michael. I'm going with Michael Tomas and Mark Trotter, Maddie's Drone Word, Brett and Matt Bagwell and Dronography. That's everybody. Ribble Giggle, that's a first, and Sam Weaver and Edward are all in the chat. So thank you guys, everybody, for coming. Let me mute this other one that pops up. Thank everybody that came, and I don't expect there to be very many people for a daytime live. Everybody's got their jobs, and maybe you're on your lunch break, or maybe you're allowed to sit there and watch YouTube at your job. But being the first, and I mean, I think I don't know how long the notification was, but it was a pretty short notification. So I really don't expect much. Actually, there's like 40, I think, in here now. So not bad, 45 people. I can reach out to more people, I think, at this hour too. Grab some UK people, which I definitely miss on nighttime lives. So hopefully get some UKs in here. I got a UK Bubblers in here, and several new ones that I have not seen. So that's great. These are probably first timers, just based on this being daytime. So let's get into it. This is my third live 3 days in a row. Like I said, my first daytime live. The other two were very long ones, both of them at 2.5 hours. Very good turnouts. Very happy with both those lives, especially last night's. It's like probably about 1,500 people have viewed that already. I don't expect the whole 2.5 hours, but still great turnout, and the views afterwards are wonderful. So thank you everybody for your support, and let's all go on to what we're here to talk about. Do we want to get into just running through the website real quick on each model and then hit the prices last, or do you guys just want to nail the prices first? Because I know a majority of you already know the prices. So maybe we can just, hey, thank you, Senator Perry. Thank you very much for that super chat. Big Mac for lunch. I had a Big Mac yesterday, actually. I went out to fly yesterday, and I grabbed a Big Mac. I cheated. I don't normally do McDonald's, but I grabbed one yesterday. But let's just go into the website real quick, and then we'll throw up the prices. And actually, I have to correct that screen before I get to the prices. So I'm glad I'm not doing that. Let me correct this real quick. Okay, so that's all set. There we go. And we'll go to share screen and go into the website. And here comes all the crazy windows. All right, so let's go into the website. Everybody can see this, hopefully. But this is the Nano series. So there's a few interesting things in here, and we're not going to spend a lot of time on these. But there's a few interesting things in here. But first off, you get to see a nice, good, big blow-up picture here of all the different colors. This would be the orange, the red, the white, and the gray, obviously. But all this stuff right here is stuff we've really kind of talked about fairly well, but there's just one something I find very interesting. Now, they are calling the Nano, they're calling it the Nano and the Nano Plus. So they're showing you, let me go back. Yeah, so they're showing you this one here is the regular Nano. Now notice they say 4K 30 frames per second. And then when it comes to the and this is half inch sensor on the Nano, you got the 1/1.28. There is no mention whatsoever if this is 4K 30 frames per second, 60 frames per second, 2.7K, and this is where Ken from Original Adobo has made the point of, he heard that, through the grapevine, or thinks possibly that there is just a 2.7K version. And it's just, I find it very odd right here that they're talking about the same thing here basically as they are down here, but they're not talking about if it's a 4K or what have it. So that's something to think about, but we'll find out as time goes on with future releases that we're supposed to get with this baby. So the one thing also I wanted to point out is they made the mention of the RYYB sensor, and that we did not really know anything about. I personally didn't know anything about it, and I'm not your big camera guy here, but I did go and look at it, and all that. What that is it's a for your sensor, it's more of a yellow screen is what it is to bring in more light for your nighttime flights or your low light flights. So it's supposed to be a better sensor for low light with the yellow screen on that sensor. So going on down, of course, we see classic orange here, and I think we can look at each color individual. Got the white with the gray arms, all have gray arms. We have the red, and then we have the gray, and it's got that yellow nose to it. And we're going to just fly through this stuff because we did already hit all that. And somebody is blowing up my phone again. I always forget to turn that off. All right, so subject tracking, blah, blah, blah. The main thing I want to get to is down below here. And that would be this right here, the controller. So both the Nano, Nano Plus, Lite, and Lite Plus share the same type of controller. Many reference it to the Parrot Anafi. It's very, very similar to that. So you'll have the exact same controller from what it looks like, which we'll also see when I switch over to the Lite portion of the website. And that was pretty much, I think there was one more thing I just wanted to touch base on, was this right here, the transmission of this. So fly farther while maintaining crisp, clear visuals with Autel Skylink, our strongest image transmission system yet, which offers a transmission range of 6.2 miles transmission at a quality of 2.7K, 30 frames per second, and superior anti-interference capabilities, all while relying stunning HD video. Here I thought I was stumbling. Relaying, I'm sorry, stunning HD video. So that's really good, because this is talking about your transmission. So this is your video feed, and that is something that is very impressive there. Something that everybody wants is to be able to see exactly what you're setting your camera up for when you're looking at your device. So that's pretty much it I wanted to hit with that, and then we'll probably go even faster on the Lite series, since it's kind of some of the same type of stuff with the controller and such. But there that is with the carbon fiber legs, and I felt so stupid that all this time I never noticed that in any of the pictures. And this is the model I was most interested in, was the Lite, and I never noticed carbon fiber. So every model has that carbon fiber look, and then we did touch base on it, maybe being something to keep the weight down, because this does run in higher than the Mavic Air 2S, and let me note that's only like half a pound, but it could be to lighten the load a little bit, or it could be just to give it that look. And going with carbon fiber doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be lighter. It could be lighter, could be a heavier arm. Don't know, but I do like the look, and carbon fiber is usually something that's a little bit tougher. And I did see in comments about the carbon fiber with stress cracking. I don't know of any stress cracking on the arms themselves. I've seen stress cracking on the bodies, and I'm not going to really get into that. We can say it's an issue with the molding process, or it's an issue with the way people might be handling it. It's a little bit of a debate there. I've crashed mine. You guys have all probably seen the video where mine fell from a pretty decent height, went through a tree, landed right on top of rocks. I have no cracks whatsoever. That most of that is lucky, but I mean the thing's been through hell through that fall, and I don't have that stress cracking. And it usually you'll usually see them where people are squeezing to put a battery in, or like on the DJIs, it looks like they're pressing that battery down, and that's where you get stress cracking. That's where I think a lot of it comes from. So here's some of the camera specs: the 1-inch, and then you have the adjustable aperture and 6K 30 frames per second video, 20 megapixels, and just good on through. There's a little closer look right there. This would be a good look at the carbon fiber on the legs there. And 50 megapixels, all that's pretty much the same thing we just read. And then the different colors, you have the 3, not the 4 on this, of the colors. And then does it show the controller? Yes, it does. Right there is the controller, and it shows 7.4 miles on this one. So same thing, 2.7K, 30 frames per second for your transmission rate there. And it's a much closer look at the controller. So there you have it. And as Chad pointed out last night, it looks pretty beefy right here with the way it clamps onto your device. So if you have a phone case or something, that will probably serve you well, just keeping your phone case on. But that's it. There she is. So I am going to go straight into the pricing while I'm sharing the screen and drop this down, and there they all are. So those of you who didn't know, this might be a little bit of a shock to you, because it is a little bit high, and it does change the market a little bit, because now at the regular Nano we're at $649. They're calling the other one the Evo Nano Plus at $799. So you're talking $650, you're talking $800, and then the Evo Lite was not where I wanted it to go at all. Basically $1150 for the Lite, and then the Lite Plus is $1250. So definitely not where I wanted to be with this. And I'm going to unshare this, go back in. Sorry, I'm not real quick this morning, guys. We're now lunchtime. But yeah, so that's all the prices. How many people were definitely feeling like you were going to buy it, and then these prices affected you to where you're not able to buy it now? Or you just don't want to blow that kind of money. So, Jackie, it's nice to see you. I never get to have Jackie in chat. No, it doesn't come in pink. Sorry, Jackie. Does not come in pink. But yeah, price kills Gorilla Man. I think it kills Greg. I'm just running through browsing, because as I was talking, I know there's different things, or different comments I don't want to miss, because I don't have anybody with me grabbing these comments. And man, my phone is blowing up. I turned it off, but I can hear it in my ear. So that leads me to believe something, either Maddie or somebody watching is wanting to tell me something, maybe. Oh, okay. So Robbie actually is messaging me, and basically I think he's in here is what he's saying, but he's going to call me during the live stream. I think he's actually on the phone, trying to be on the phone with one of the dealers over in China, a dealer for Autel. And if he can get somebody, then he's going, somebody who speaks English, then he's going to jump in or jump on and call me. So we'll see. But anyhow, that's pretty much it, covering it all. And it really does kind of put me on the fence. I don't know where I'm going to be now with buying the Lite. I definitely, this goes back to what I was saying about how goofy they are with their release. And the other thing is at the bottom of their email, it says more updates to come, and I think the release or the availability, more updates to come, and the availability fall of 2021. Well, basically, where are we right now? We're kind of pretty much in fall. So are we going to wait till the very end of fall to have another update, or are they going to have availability? I want to know. I want to see it fly. I want to see actual footage from it. I would love to see some early good, honest reviewers, and I would like to know what exactly is going to be available first, because this is where you fall into that lottery where you really want this white version, you want the plus version, and that's what you purchase, and then you find out they're not making that one. They're making the orange the Evo Orange and the regular Nano or the regular Lite, not the Plus. And then you got to wait for the production of whatever one you ordered. So I would like to see all those kind of things up front, and I really, really hope they don't do that game that we find with FIMI. We've never seen the color orange FIMI Mini yet. I haven't, but then again, I've given up on that drone. But all these things that are always promised, like we have the FIMI X8 SE 2022 showing a smart controller, but that smart controller isn't available. Will it ever surface? So it's the same thing here. Will we see all these colors? When will they all be available? And then these, you got to keep in mind, guys, these prices. These are the base prices. So it's a little bit of question in the air there, left up in the air there, as to what we're going to get. Jackie, you want to jump on with me? Are you in a situation, or are you running around cleaning apartment your rental properties right now? But Jackie, if you would like, I would love to have you on, since I don't get to have you on that much. I've only had you on 2 times, I think. But if you would like to come on, I will send you a link if you like. So what is everybody going to do? Is there anybody definitely buying? And what are you buying? You're buying the Nano, you're buying the Lite? Just out of curiosity, because we saw a lot of people last night that were wanting to get the Lite version, and a lot of people, a majority I think, wanted to get the Nano. I'm multitasking here, guys. But I would like to see pretty much what page people are on right now, as far as what you're thinking you're going to get after seeing these prices, because I would imagine some people probably dropped out. I'm trying to do something, and this is really slow right now. Bear with me. Just bear with me. All right, Jackie, just in case you do want to jump on, I sent you a link. I would love to have you on. It'd be a treat for people in the chat as well, for those of you who have not met Jackie. Very, very lovely person that I call friend. But let's go. What was 3 pricing? Just joined. What was the pricing? Philip, the pricing that they have is the Nano at $650, the Nano Plus at basically $800, the Evo Lite at $1150, and the Evo Lite Plus at $1250. That's US dollars. So $1,150 and $1,250 in the prices. So about $150 more than the yeah, Jackie, put some clothes on, please. And I was going to joke about that. Are you running around half naked cleaning again? But the prices definitely are they're like $150 more. And then Greg's waiting to see what DJI comes out with, and that's another really good one to talk about, because the DJI Mavic or the DJI Mini 3 is going to come out, and I feel like they'll keep that price down below what we're seeing right here. So this right here was probably putting the brakes on for a lot of people that were going to make that very first time ever Autel Evo purchase, or wanting to try, Evo 2 owners that wanted to try something different that Autel's putting out. I mean, I couldn't see really from scratch. I'm just going through your chat here. What's this one? Sorry, but till now, is it no Nano or Lite to buy? I think Autel look what we want and wait about DJI. I kind of get what you're saying there. Yeah, I mean, it's not, they never said it was going to be available now. They've never, ever made the claim that this release that we're going to be reading, that's a perception that a lot of people made. I even saw, on some live streams where they were doing a live just before it or yesterday, and they're saying, who's going to be buying the Evo tomorrow morning? Nobody. Nobody, because that's not what the release was about. It was an update. So... And look, here she is. Jackie, you ready?
Oh,
she's in. Just got her. I mean, I saw her putting that shirt on. I was trying to hurry up and get her on here, but missed it. You're getting quite the reputation, girl.
Oh, yeah, I've got to stop this, haven't I? But it's hot here, If I'm working, I need less clothes on.
Yes, I understand. I've only got a shirt on myself, but nobody wants to picture that in their head. So how you doing?
I'm doing all right. So what's this new drone that you're talking about? Is it
does it make big news? Has it been making big news in any of the areas that you travel on the internet? Like, have you been following it at all?
I haven't. I've had such a busy sort of few weeks. I've kind of.
You've got family in.
Oh no, we've got.
You have the outlaws.
So yeah, it's been a bit busy, and I've lost touch other than sort of ducking in on the odd live show. But yeah, so are you going to buy this new drone then? Or
yeah, I was definitely gunning to grab the Lite, which is, it's funny they call it Lite because it is a bit heavier. There's been a few little back and forth as to what its competition is, and I say, and several other people say, its competition is the Air 2S, the DJI Air 2S.
So it's not a sub 249 grams category or anything.
No, but the Nano is. The Nano is.
Oh, okay.
So they came out with, instead of calling it Mini, they came out with calling it Nano, which I'm glad they did that because the Mini's played out. Everybody's calling theirs a Mini.
Yeah.
But back to the Lite, it's heavier than the Air 2S by about half a pound.
Yeah.
And that's where, some people are saying, no, that's not the competition at all. The competition is with the Mavic 2 Pro, which it's not really because they're discontinuing that one. So it would be the Air 2S. Yeah, and the price is kind of there. It's above the Air 2S. So it's really got to show itself now.
Yeah, so what's better on that than on the Air 2S?
Don't really fully know yet, just because I'm a little dodgy with Autel's camera. Some people are really happy with Air 2S camera, some aren't. I'm very happy with the Air 2S camera. I haven't given it the attention it deserves, but I'm very happy with that camera. If I go back and talk about Autel's camera on the Evo 2, people can do wonders with that camera, but it's a challenging camera. It really is challenging. So that's where I'm concerned about Autel. I think it's, if it's that same challenge of setting up the camera, because I try to do everything manually now, not auto settings. If it's that same thing, then I might find myself being lazy a majority of the time and grabbing that Air 2S and going out if I purchased a Lite. But it has, with the price though, that price being higher than about $150 higher than what was guessed.
That's a bit of a overpriced, then,
it kind of leads me to maybe think about the Nano.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I'm going to rush and jump and pull that trigger real fast. I know enough people that are. So, and there's going to be plenty of reviewers on this. I might actually just try to be a little smarter and sit back and watch, because it's also coming out when the weather's going to get cold and nasty here too.
Yeah, you don't want your cold fingers, do you, on your remotes?
Nope, not at all. Not at all. So, and that's the other thing. I'm not so crazy that they're going with this little game console type controller on it either. Have you seen the Paradinafi controller?
No.
It's that boomerang type controller.
Oh yeah, it looks like an
Xbox.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not crazy about that. It's for both models. They're using the same type of controller.
It's a bit like a toy, doesn't it?
Yeah.
rather than a
Yeah. I
controller.
mean, I'm not looking for any big giant monster controller,
No.
but I do like to have some, like, I really like having the telemetry and stuff on there. So
Mm.
you won't have any of that. So, I'm going to pop into the chat here. It's so funny when people know you're in Spain, but they expect you to sound different.
Hola.
She's not
I'm from,
native.
I'm
She
from
she
Ashford, Kent in the UK.
she injected herself into Spain.
Yeah, 3 years ago, 3.5 years ago.
Yeah, time flies.
I know.
Because that was right around the time when you were fairly new there when I came to know you.
That's right. And I'd had a
And
drone for just 6 months when I was in the UK, and so I've been droning 4 years.
and only 2 drones in 4 years.
Yes,
That is that is
and
that
only
is
number
something to
two
be
because
said there.
I drowned number one.
Yeah. You definitely play them out. Like you're really good. Like you don't do like a lot of us do and chase this train.
No,
It's it's it's
I'm a
it's
little
quite
bit of a,
expensive.
I'm a little bit of a technophobe. If I figure something out and it works and I like it, it's easy. I just use it. I'm a bit of a nightmare when I get a new iPhone. It's like, oh God, I hope too much hasn't changed.
Yeah.
Typical girl.
Um, the new controller has lost Autel this sale. See, I don't know if it's lost it for me. By the way,
It
Roy,
owns
glad you
me.
made it because Roy always misses the live stream, so I'm glad he made it. That new controller has lost Autel this sale. I was all in until I saw it on the Lite Plus. Yeah, I would have expected a little different controller, I think, on the Lite and the Lite Plus, actually, both of those. Something different from the Nano to the Lite, but went with the same thing. But from a production standpoint, it kind of makes sense because they're throwing it all out there at once. They're coming out with a lot all at once, so it's easier to keep it simple, stupid, right? You're getting a lot of hellos, a lot of Jackie attention here.
Everyone moans in the UK when you're flying. Everyone thinks you're spying on them.
Well,
Yeah,
it's kind of
well,
that way
it's the
here
same here.
too.
Yeah.
We've got the creepy the reputation. We're creeps. We're out flying drones. If I'm out flying my drone, around the yard or above the trees, it's going past the neighborhood.
Can you
I'm sure
spying
if
on
anyone
people?
sees it, I'm a creep. But if they could see what your footage looks like, you can't
Yeah.
see in their windows.
People
You
are just
can't.
dots in the distance, aren't they?
Exactly. Now, if I'm right on top of your house at your window, yes, I'm. You can moan at that all and call the cops because that would label me as a creep. Um.
Oh, Matt Bagwell has one of those in his neighbourhood. He's got a creep.
He's got a creep.
Oh,
It's not you, is it,
do your
Matt?
cleaning with no clothes on, Matt.
I've had other people buzz around. It's funny because you're out flying, like I'm flying in my neighborhood, thinking I'm the only one out here flying, and the next thing you know, another one goes by, and I sometimes I think there's a guy 2 streets over. Sometimes if he does hear or see me, because I'll come like
Oh, he
right
comes
along
up.
the edge of our neighborhood above the
Oh,
trees,
yeah.
and that goes past his street, and I think he's like 2 streets over, and then he just shoots one
Oh,
up and starts zipping
got
around, not real
got a
close,
similar
but
thing here because I'm right on the edge of my golf resort, so I've got a field of lettuces, as you know, out the back. So I usually
yeah,
take off, fly there where I'm not going to bother anyone. But we've again 2 streets in, like you, we've got this kid has got a drone, and he's just not respectful with it. He does fly low over people's houses, and
yeah.
I think, oh God, I hope no one thinks it's me.
And I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Where I think, originally the rules, aside from people with 107, part 107, need to have it for business and stuff like that. But that's where a lot of these rules come into play because of the irresponsible ones. And especially when they're posted in on YouTube or Facebook or whatever, and everybody's reporting them. Well, all the people
Yeah,
reporting them aren't helping either. It just
no,
brings too much attention to the hobby end of it, and makes us miserable.
it does.
Um,
Zigzag hates most of his neighbours, and the last thing he wants to do is film them.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't hate most of my neighbors, but I don't really.
You want to see them, do you? You know?
Yeah, I mean, this day and age, it's not. You're not close to your neighbors like you used to be. Like growing up, you knew every neighbor. You stopped at all their houses. Everybody spoke and talked. Now today,
It's not like that, is it?
it's
Now?
wave. I don't know your name. I don't.
Yeah, don't want to know you.
Yep, exactly. Everybody into your business. Um, I'm trying not to catch in ones that people are having conversations. So I'm trying to pick one up that I can pop up on the screen. Just curious, anyone using the DJI FPV as their main? I'm definitely not using it as my main.
My friend Terry is now. He's got a Mavic Pro Zoom before he got the DJI FPV, and since he got his DJI FPV, he really hasn't picked up his other drone. He says it does
Really?
everything he wants. I mean, he doesn't do all the acrobatics and fly fast, but he swoops and gets nice angles, and then if
He
he
does
wants
what I
to,
do. I haven't gotten into any of that at all.
yeah,
Like,
he wants to fly cinematic with it, he can. He just says it does everything.
yeah,
Well,
I
of course
mean,
you've
the
got
thrill
goggles,
factor
haven't
is
you?
definitely there.
Yeah, but you've got goggles, so you've always got to have someone with you spotting, haven't you?
Yeah.
Or someone there to
Yeah,
get
sure.
covered.
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
If I had like the big wide open spaces you guys have,
Oh, you
it would
go
be
for
more of
it.
my main flyer. I just don't have the big I mean, I've got mountains everywhere. There's places I can go that are further distance off, but it's not something that I always want to do is go travel far to
No.
just to fly that drone. So that's the one other reason why I'm not big into FPV. I would love to get more into FPV. I mean, so many other people are, but it's just I got to go to the parks and stuff to really, really enjoy them, and that's where you irritate the shit out of people. You annoy everybody because those things
Yeah.
are loud, zipping around, and
Yeah.
people go there for a jog or to play tennis or whatever. They don't want to hear all that. So.
No.
And I feel kind of weird, sitting there with my goggles on, flying around, old
Yeah,
man.
we should go out. Yeah, no, no good.
All right, Greg, we'll see you. Thank you very much for stopping in, buddy. Thank everybody for stopping in. And I think I covered everything I really wanted to cover on it. If anybody has anything they want to add to it, mainly I just wanted to pop in, just address the controller. I wanted to readdress the carbon fiber legs on the Lite, and I wanted to mainly hit that price. So all that has been shown and discussed. If there's anything else you guys want to talk, we'll put it up on the screen and we'll talk about it. Dashing, Cosmore, DJI, blah, blah, blah. Do you know the conversion, Jackie, between the US to the
No, I've got
like the
Google though.
pound?
Let's have a look. Let's Google it. Good old
Yeah,
Google.
Google it.
What did we do before Google?
I'll tell you, we were smart.
Okay, so what is it? $650?
Yeah, just for the starting one, go with 650, and then everybody can get an idea from there on the rest.
Okay, 650. It's £480.
Okay, all right. So since I do have some people from outside the U.S. on here, that was helpful. No word from Robbie. That was the question. Oh, I have a voicemail. Unknown. It's not Robbie. It's Direct TV. Only Direct TV called me. Sorry, guys.
Trying to
Not
sell you
Robbie.
something.
Yeah, it's usually bogus. All right, so let me check messages just in case Robbie got in on messages. No, so no word from Robbie, but I I would like to see if Robbie does get through it. It's a dealer in China for those of you who don't know. Robbie, um, he can contact dealers there because he has a business in China. He's got connections. He's got employees that shop with these dealers buying their drones. So what he's done is last night he went and got on the phone with one of the dealers in China and trying to get somebody to speak English that he can have on the phone with him to give information. So last night we were actually trying to get the prices from the dealers or the dealer, and that failed. And then the minute we signed off, we got the prices through email, which is typical. And after being on 2.5 hours, but what I would love for Robbie to be able to get is for the dealer to say, hey, we're expected to release it at such and such date. But keep in mind, that's in China. China is always going to be, or usually going to be, an earlier release date. Since Autel has a big based area in Washington State here in the U.S., it may be equal China and U.S. as far as release goes. I would imagine it would be anyhow. So yeah, waiting to hear from Robbie on that. That's the main thing I want to hear from Robbie, because we've pretty much heard everything else. I don't imagine we would have answers as to what kind of package you could order and receive first. If they're going to ship all colors, make them available right from the start. If it's the regular or the plus at the beginning. So that's kind of the roll of the dice we always play with this new stuff. Which is another reason I think I'm just going to sit back and see what happens. I'm always that quick trigger finger.
Let someone else buy it first. Get all the
Yep.
pictures out of the way.
Yep. I don't want any regrets. Now, I with DJI, I just always feel safe. Always pulling that trigger
Reliable,
quick, and they've always got the Fly More available right for you. It's never like, well, the Fly More's going to wait. We're only selling the base package. Everything's available for the most part, and you can just get it the next day or that day it's available. You can walk into a store and buy it and not have to order it and have it mailed to you. So we can go straight into Best Buy, look at it in person, hold that box, and make that purchase and return it.
Yeah, that's quite useful sometimes, isn't it?
Yeah, instead of waiting for everything to come from China.
Yeah.
So a lot of comfort buying a DJI product for many reasons.
The MT had the X Star and ended up disappointed. What's the X Star?
The X Star is one of their models. That's their big bloated. I'll pull up a picture of it for you. Autel X Star. Of course, she calls it something else.
The DJI event is probably going to be November.
That's the one. I don't. You may notice it from when you see it now, but it looks more like the Phantom, DJI Phantom.
Oh, yeah.
If you can tell.
Oh yeah, I can see it. Yep.
So it's going to be a little out of focus, but yeah, that was one. I'm never into that type of drone. I don't like that size drone. I never liked that.
I like the ones like you've got on your wall behind you. That size.
Yeah, once they went to that folded drone, that's all I wanted.
Great thing, do you?
Except for one, Jackie. Except for one that doesn't fold. Which one is that?
Oh, the Skydio.
Skydio.
But it looks like the others.
Yeah, I'm glad that one doesn't fold. I'm glad it doesn't fold, because it does. I mean, it gets away from all the obstacles, but it does bump into them from time to time. And I tell you what, I've had a few bumps to where it fully recovered. It did not go down. I mean, I've hit wires and it just and gets perfectly straight.
Yeah, I did lots of I had a few crashes with my DJI Spark. That wasn't a folding drone. I know it's well old now, but
that was fairly durable though, with that arm construction.
It was I had loads of crashes with that when I was beginning in drones.
Yeah, well, that was a good one for you to start out with.
Definitely.
Um, so now that brought on a lot of talk about the X Star, and I really don't know that there's a whole lot of fans to that X Star. Lon says no comment.
Bubblers wants to know what drone I've got. I've got a Mavic Pro Platinum that I call Platypus, and I love it.
Platypus is quite famous.
Is he?
I would say you have the most famous Mavic Platinum.
Wow, that's a
I
claim,
would say
isn't it? Oh,
in our huge circle community,
yeah.
I think if you say the DJI Platypus, I think they're going to say Jackie Akers.
Whoa, that's
I
cool.
mean, before long, it's going to be
I was
where
going
you
to
can't
say,
even go out and fly, and you're going to be swarmed with paparazzi.
I was going to say he'll get a big head if he's famous, but he won't get a big head because he's got an ND8 filter wedged on that I can't get off.
Oh, so we don't want that. We can't have it getting a big head because
No,
that'll
I
hurt.
don't get any bigger.
You can't get it off.
No, I can't get it off. It's wedged on. It went on tight, and that's it. So I never got to try out the 4 and the 16 and the 32.
Oh my.
You know me. If it isn't broke, don't fix it.
Maybe they had some sort of a heat release glue that was on there, and once it heated up, it
I
became
don't know.
permanent.
It's fully wedged on.
Well, that sucks. At least it wasn't like a high filter.
No,
I mean,
no, the ND8's fine.
yeah.
It's only Spain. It's pretty good for most of it.
Yeah, and I generally have that one filter that pretty much stays on all the time. You know, like
Yeah.
when I'm out, I don't have it in front of me, but when I'm out with my tripod and camera, that it's pretty much always the same. I think 16 ND
Yeah.
16 filter is always on there. And however that image turns out, it turns out like I'm not one that's like, oh, I got to get this perfect for me just standing in front of a camera babbling. Like this one here, as long as I get it in focus, I don't care. And my lighting isn't dark with purple and red and everything behind me. It's just,
Yeah.
this is all you get,
Yeah, you
guys.
look all right.
Oh. So, anybody got something to add to this live stream? This is going to go on the record of my shortest live stream, at least all week, on my world tour. So sad, DJI. Where'd that go? It popped up. So sad, DJI. Don't have a real competitor, DJI. Yeah, I mean it's hard. DJI took off and just left everybody behind for a while. It took a while for anybody to really even get in there to compete. And Autel's really the closest thing to compete with DJI. I mean, you can't say Skydio is a competitor because it's a different
Niche, isn't it?
different platform.
Yeah.
Most people that use it have a complete different use for it. So, but and then especially the FPV, you know, bringing out the DJI FPV kind of catapulted them into a different direction with that. So, Autel announced that they're dropping the Evo 1 support, which doesn't surprise me. Really doesn't surprise me. Wonder if they will stop like production of batteries and things like that. That's the only thing I worry about for people that own those drones, is will they stop production of certain things as these drones get a little bit older. Do you think Nano Plus is a Mini 2 and maybe a 3 killer? That's too hard to say. It's like we don't even have it in hand yet.
See, didn't you?
We can't say it's a Mini 2 killer price-wise. I don't think it's going to dampen Mini 2 prices, purchases at all. Nothing ever affects DJI purchases, really. Like everybody says, like we're going to see, when this comes out, we're going to see all the reviews. DJI killer.
People buy it. People buy it.
It's never guys, there's never a DJI killer. I'm sorry. And I'm not talking
like
as a
iPhone,
fanboy.
isn't it?
It's what's that?
It's like iPhone. iPhones are always going to be popular, aren't they?
Yeah. iPhone's at the top, and Samsung. I mean, those two are at their tops. Everybody else in the Android market that comes out, I mean, I don't know, maybe Samsung's not everybody's favorite, but there are a lot of other Android type devices that are just trying to climb to the top and be that great smartphone, and can't quite compete with the top dogs. They have their bugs and their issues and stuff. There's
Breaking news: the V-copter will come in white, black, orange, and pink. Ooh, pink.
he might be messing with you.
I think probably is.
That V-copter, have you seen it?
Yeah, show us a pink one, not photoshopped.
Yeah, show the exact one. Have you seen that V-copter, Jackie?
No.
It's the two prop quad. And what it does is, the props are of course flat, but they're geared to where the props will pitch
Crikey.
forever how you fly. So it's literally a V. The arms come down like this, and then the body's down here where the battery and the camera are. Props are way up here.
Wow, that's
it's a really cool concept, but it really doesn't it's not really grabbing its own purpose like Skydio has its purpose, things like that. It brings nothing new to the table other than just having two props, and more. It does have a good flight time, but for me to make that jump to something unknown like that, I would never spend a grand just on the drone alone, a grand
a lot of money
to buy that new technology. So, but I want to wait and see if they really do have a pink one. And then maybe we'll do a fundraiser and we'll get Jackie a pink one. Yeah, Lon's talking about how I'm saying about everybody's saying the DJI killer. Those are mainly clickbait terms that don't work anymore. They used to work for people. Like everybody did the DJI killer. This is a DJI killer. This drone world is so oversaturated now. This does not work for you guys anymore to use that DJI killer or Mavic killer or Air 2S killer. You just got to give it up. Got to give it up. Nothing is a killer. Maddie said, "Always a pleasure to see you."
Oh, thanks, Matty. I'm gonna go in a few minutes.
Maddie's such a sweetheart.
I've got to go in a few minutes, but
okay. I'll end this here pretty soon, but you can say your goodbyes when you're ready to go, and then I'll end it on my own here.
Akirashi, what me lie?
What me lie?
Yeah.
You and I read that at the same time. Let me hear you pronounce his name.
Akirasho? I don't know.
It's like Akira. It's like Akira.
Akira. Show.
And then Show.
Oh, Akira.
Show. I think it's actually Sha. So Akira Show. Just kind of mumble the last part like Akira Show.
Akira Show.
I feel so bad, but he says everybody butchers it, so.
Oh.
I just want to just call him George or something like that.
Let's rename him George.
Okay, for now on, or just say Akira. The famous Akira. UK Bubblers will have a pink one as well. They really should. I mean, some of these drone manufacturers should produce a small amount of pink ones. It would get more females into the hobby, and it would please the females that are already in the hobby that would like to have a pink drone. So are you good with this? You saying yes? You want us to call you George, or are you...
Oh, yes, we pronounced it right.
Or we pronounced it right. But yeah, if you're looking at it, it's Akira Show. But the way he typed it out one night in a live made it sound like Shaw. But so that's why I started saying Shaw after that, thinking, I got it right. It's so funny because every live he becomes a huge topic. from me, and then in the chat, everybody trying to say it, and he's like, "Nope, you're not right." I mean, everybody's always wrong. But Akira Shah. You got to say it like a sneeze. Akira Shah. Gesundheit. Oops. Okay.
His middle name is a G, but that name is 4 syllables. Oh no, that's just going to get more complicated.
Yeah. I'm going with Akira Shah. But yes, Matt, he is our boy. That name has made him well known throughout everyone. We all butcher it. I watch him in the chat of other people's live, and I watch how they pronounce it, and everybody ends up butchering it. So I'm not the only one. I don't feel terrible. I only feel bad that everybody is butchering it for you. I think women care much more about special pink tools or drones, for that matter. Those who use blah, 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 same criteria as everything else.
I'd probably just buy a pink one because it would be unusual if I had a choice of colours.
Yeah.
I mean, they are a bit dull, aren't they, some of these drones? They're all a bit sort of grey. And
yeah, like DJI's just... They don't really care about color. Like Autel is really...
Autel is orange and interesting.
Yeah, and then adding these extra colors, I wasn't expecting that originally either. I thought we were just going to see a line of orange quads until we actually... They came to life in picture and we saw them.
That's it.
So...
Everyone likes to see extra colour.
So what do you... How are things going with the Outlaws?
Well, they managed to follow us in their car with other family members and crash the car on a roundabout.
Oh.
And, yeah.
Everybody's okay.
All 7 of us got out. The guy that crashed into them was on his own, Spanish fella. I was the only one who could speak any Spanish, so of course I ended up having to sort out that mess. Then we took his sister back to the airport after that, and she got refused entry onto the plane because she hadn't filled in her UK locator form properly. But apart from that, it's going really, really well, Chris.
Good. You guys, I've seen some of your posts and your stuff where you've been out and about doing the tourism type stuff. So
beaches and that, and it's been good. Yeah, so it's been good fun. But, yeah, I'm on leave now, so it's okay because it's 7 o'clock here. But thank you for inviting me on your show.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Anytime. It's nice.
All righty. Well, you have a good rest of your day, and we'll chat with you soon.
You too. See you later. See you later, everyone.
Bye. Bye. All right, so we'll pretty much end it from here. The only thing I want to remind you is remember these prices are for base packages. These are not for the extra batteries. We have yet to see that. We don't know what these batteries are going to cost us. Some guesses are about $100, $80, $150. There's been some thrown around, but it's definitely going to put you into, even at the 650 drone, it's going to put you up there, pushing closer to that $1,000 mark if you would like to have probably 3 batteries, and if they offer a bundle case and things like that. So you are going to get into an expensive drone here, no matter which one you get into at all. Out of all 4 of your options right now, these are by all means look like the base packages, and it's going to get expensive when you get into the extra batteries. Don't have the battery specs, don't know exactly what they are. I don't know that there's even any really much detail on that. I haven't really seen much. I've been focusing so much on the drones and then realized, oh, well, where's this controller? Then I wanted to focus more on controller. So I guess we'll find out more battery specs and stuff like that as time comes. So with that all said, I think it's good to end it on a 1 hour time. We did it. We actually made it in 1 hour. So that's it. I will go ahead and just get my finger on the button and say thank you to all of you once again for coming and joining me, especially on this very last minute first time day live I've had. and really wasn't expecting this turnout, but I really appreciate it. You guys are always great. Thank you all for the super chats. Those are always nice. I'll go buy my Big Mac now, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace and love.